Hi guys, happy September. I believe this is gonna go up when it's September already because this is my August favorites. One thing I'm not favoriting is the fact that summer is ending because I am so sad about that. You guys know I love summer so much. So that's always sad, but it's still hot here. Today I'm going to the beach. Like I'm filming this a few days before September, but I'm going to the beach today. That's why I didn't do my hair because I was like, why do your hair? You're just gonna get in the water anyway. So anyway, I am here to talk about my favorites. I actually had quite a few this month. Some months are like that. Some months I have a ton of stuff. Some months I don't have anything, so I like wait. But this month, surprisingly, I had a lot of stuff to talk about. First thing is this Pierre Cosmetics Facial Cleanser, Daily Cleansing Face Wash. I have talked about this before on my channel a long time ago. I actually bought this months ago, but I had a bunch of cleansers to go through, and so this had to wait. But as soon as I brought it out again, I remembered how much I love it, how great it is, you guys. Okay, this is just as good as like the Lancome cleanser. Like this is like $7.99, and I got it at Winners, which is just the same as Marshall's TJ Maxx. It is so good. I don't really know where to find it other than that, but I see it there all the time. I'll try to find links if I can. This is the most gentle cleanser. You can get this stuff, you could probably pour it in your eyes and they wouldn't water. Like I just put it all over my face, in my eyelashes, everywhere, and it does not irritate my eyes at all. Like what other cleansers can you say that about? But at the same time, your skin doesn't feel like super dried out, like the life sucked out of it afterwards. It still feels kind of moisturized. It says it's enriched with cucumber and green tea extracts as well. Alcohol-free, hypoallergenic, pH balanced. This is so good. If you ever see this, definitely pick it up. It's so gentle and lovely, and it smells so nice too. It's just got this kind of nice, slightly sweet, but mostly fresh scent. It's definitely not overpowering, just a really pleasant scent. Really great cleanser. One hair thing I've been loving is this Bamboo Volume 40, it's from Alterna, and it's from their bamboo line. It's 48-hour sustainable volume spray. Okay, so what I do, you can tell I've been using this a lot. It's like halfway gone. I've been using this for a few months now though, and I've just been using it a lot lately. So what I do when I get out of the shower, I put in any heat protectant that I'm gonna use. I put in, like I have this kind of like silicone-y thing for my ends to kind of like heal them up. But this I spray it all over my hair, and what it does, especially if I air dry, because I air dry my hair a lot, and you know sometimes you air dry your hair and it looks really flat afterwards. Well, you still get like volume with this, and it's really great for if you blow dry your hair. It gives you like extra volume, but it's really great for like just air drying because your hair doesn't look flat. So if you like to air dry because you don't like the heat on your hair, something like this is awesome. I did a whole first impressions video. If you have not seen it, I'll link it, and I did use these two things in there, but I've been using these so much since then. Like these two things are so awesome. Don't they actually look like they go together? But this is from CoverGirl and this is from Maybelline. This is the CoverGirl Clean Matte BB Cream for oily skin. Obviously if you're dry, you're probably not gonna like this. This is the shade 520 Light. Now this, you guys know I have super oily skin. This will keep you matte throughout the day. You might have to blot once, like I usually blot once throughout the day with this, but it gives you really long-lasting coverage and it doesn't feel overly drying. Like the L'Oreal Infallible, I love that stuff, but it can start to feel a little bit drying towards the end of the day. This doesn't, and this actually has surprisingly a lot of coverage to it. So if you're worried about a BB cream not having enough coverage for you, this has a lot of coverage. It's from the drugstore, so you know, not a huge investment to try it out. Same with this, the Maybelline Superstay Better Skin Powder. This is in 25 Nude Beige. I use this as kind of a setting powder, but I've also had a few days here and there where I like didn't want to wear foundation, but I wanted a little coverage. And so I just use this with the sponge it comes with. If you use a brush, the coverage can be a lot lighter, but if you use this sponge, it actually like shows up like as coverage, as color on your face. And so I've used it both ways, and I like it both ways a lot. Again, from the drugstore, not a huge expense. This, I don't know why I wasn't using a lash primer before. Now I know that they're amazing. This is the Tarte Opening Act Lash Primer. You guys, I can't compare it to other lash primers because it's kind of a newer concept to me. It's this kind of white, thick stuff that you you just put it on like you would mascara, then you just wait a few beats for it to dry, and then you put your mascara on top, and it's basically kind of like lash, it kind of just looks like lash extensions were put on your eyelashes. It just gives you a lot of length. It's amazing. One brush, I've talked about this here and there a little bit, MAC 242. I literally just hauled another one because I have been using this so much. Like, honestly, I love this brush. Before, I would use creamy type eyeshadows, like cream eyeshadows, but also like creamy textured, like for example the L'Oreal Infallible. I would use those and I would not be impressed with them because I couldn't get the pigment to show up. That's because I was using the wrong brush. Like, this is a synthetic brush, it's flat. This picks up those type of shadows so well. I used it today with this Giorgio Armani Eyes to Kill shadow. It just picks up so much shadow, applies it smoothly, pigmented. It just makes those shadows work the way they're intended. So I don't know of a dupe of this. Maybe I'll look into it for you guys, but if you guys know of a dupe, let me know. Because like I said, I just had to buy another one. That's how much I'm using it. This Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip liner. Again, this was in my first impressions and I'm wearing it today underneath a gloss. Such a beautiful color. So it's the Lip Cheat and the shade is Pillow Talk. Such a beautiful color, but this is so good for like shaping your lips too. So, you know, like if you are the kind of person who likes to overline a little bit, it's awesome. It has a lot of staying power. It's like Goldilocks. It's not super dry, it's not super creamy, it's right in the middle. Just really great texture and it's very long lasting. The color is gorgeous, but like I just love the way you can kind of slightly overline your lips and it doesn't look fake, it looks real. Loving that. These Anastasia liquid lip colors. You guys know if you've been watching me for a while, I'm not the biggest fan of matte liquid lip colors, period. But these are my exception. They are not gonna be super like hydrating, they're still slightly drying, but they don't bother me like the ColourPop ones. Honestly, bother me. I can't wear those. And even the Kat Von D, I have one of those and I never wear it because it's like so drying on my lips. But these I've been loving, especially the shade Crush and Dolce. I wore Catherine once in a video and you guys freaked out at how much you loved it. And then Dusty Rose, I haven't worn as often. Crush and Dolce are definitely like the ones I've been going to, but all of them are beautiful. And I can see myself like wearing the more deeper colors much more into the fall. Catherine like is a really good example at how these oxidize. I don't want to like totally swatch them all right now because, you know, they dry and they stain a little bit. Okay, so my camera battery died, so the lighting is probably different, but these had time to dry, which is nice. So the Anastasia liquid lips. So this is Crush, which is like a nice everyday shade. Catherine is a little bit of a darker pink with kind of like brick red undertones. That's Dusty Rose, which is again a nice everyday, but kind of more of a deeper mauve. And then this one I think is probably my favorite out of all of them, and that one is Dolce. Yeah, Dolce, which is more of like a nude, but it has peach in it. I've been wearing that one a ton. And the next thing that I'm about to talk about is life-changing. This is a top coat. It's a fast drying top coat for your nails by Ceramic Glaze. So it's just called fast drying top coat. You guys, not only does this stay like glossy and doesn't dull out over time, my nails, my nail polish has stayed longer than it ever has before without chipping. So like I've tried this with different brands, different kinds. Every time my nail polish stays at least like a full 2 days longer before I even get one chip on it. I don't even know, like, where did this come from? I just picked it up randomly one day because the top coats I have are not fast drying and I thought I would try one out, and I am so glad I did because now I don't want to use any other one. This one is amazing and it stays so glossy. Like a lot of top coats, they'll be really glossy like the first day, and then by day 3 or maybe even day 2 depending, they'll start looking kind of like I don't know, cloudy, just definitely not as glossy as they normally do. This one is glossy the entire time you're wearing it. Next thing is from NARS. This is one of the new hardwired eyeshadows. This is in the shade Stud. This I just bought this month, but I have been wearing it a ton. Look at that, it's so beautiful. This is like a silvery taupe. And when you apply it with like a nice, again, like the 242 brush, you get actually a lot of pigment on your eyes. It's just, it's so beautiful, like an everyday, gorgeous metallic taupe. I love it. The others in this line are hit and miss. I've swatched them all in store. The only other one I really think is super good is the gold one called Pygar. The rest of them are kind of very glittery. A lot of them don't have as much pigment to them. It's just more glitter than actual color. So I would say these are the kind where you really need to swatch them before you buy. Another single eyeshadow I've been loving is from my MAC collection, and it's what I'm wearing as my inner corner highlight today and my brow bone highlight, and it's actually Nylon from MAC, which is this one here. This is just, I mean, I know I'm late to the party. I know it's been around forever and I just didn't know about it really. I just hauled it recently, but it's like, look at the inner corner highlight. I used this in a tutorial recently. I have not found an inner corner highlight that is that pigmented, that stays that long. I've just been loving it. It's so good, you guys. So that's Nylon. And now they're cheaper than they ever have been in the single pans. I think they're $6 in the States and $8 Canadian. So much more affordable than they ever have been. I've been adoring these two blushes this month. This one is Oasis from Tarte. I'm wearing this one today. Super pigmented. I don't know. I didn't used to love Tarte blush formula. Like, look at the pigment there. But I have been loving them a lot more recently. I got this in a kit, but I think it is part of their permanent line. But look, like it's like this everyday kind of pinky peach, but it's very pigmented, a little bit of a dusty kind of undertone. You know what I mean? Like dusty, is that the right word? Just like, I don't know. I don't really know how to describe it. It's just a really beautiful everyday color, but yet it's not brown, it's still pink, but like peachy in it. I don't know, you guys, I just love it. And then the other one I've been loving is Down Boy from The Balm. This is actually one of my favorite blushes ever, and I've just been using it a lot more recently. It's a matte pink, which might not look like anything, but once it's on your cheeks, it comes to life. It makes your cheeks glow. It makes you look so healthy. I just love this blush so much. By the way, I just wanted to say, I forgot to say this at the beginning, a lot of you have been commenting that you hear that I'm sick in my voice, and I was sick. And thank you so much. It really warms my heart that you guys actually like care and have like reached out to say something about it. So I really appreciate that. I want you to know. Thank you so much. So sweet. But yeah, I have been sick, and I'm at that stage now where I'm over like the worst of it, but I have this super dry cough that will not go away, and it's in my throat. And so even though I'm mostly better, you could still hear it a lot. So anyway, if you hear that, and you've probably heard it in a lot of my videos, that's what that is. Just a few other little things that are completely not related to makeup at all. Number one, a YouTube channel that I have fallen in love with. A lot of you probably know who she is, Simply Nailogical. She is so freaking hilarious. Okay, she's the one who started the whole 100 layers of thing, because she did 100 layers of nail polish and called it Polish Mountain. So she kind of blew up overnight. Her channel like more than doubled in size. She's got like 2.5 million subscribers now. But you guys, I went back, like I've been addicted to her videos now. I'll watch them at night when I'm like having a drink, like having a drink. It makes it sound like I'm an alcoholic. Having a non-alcoholic drink at night and relaxing. And I've watched so many of her old videos now because she is so funny. She really is. If you have not watched her, or if you don't know who she is, I'll link her below. Go check it out. She's got a great sense of humor. The other thing I've been loving, I just started yesterday, and I hope it's one of these things where I'm halfway through and I hope it stays as good, because I'm watching this Netflix original series called Marcella, and it is a British show, and it's like a crime kind of serial killer murder show. It's not scary. It's a little bit spooky, and it's not really gory either. It definitely is more centered around the mystery of who done it, and I've been loving it. I'm like halfway through the series. I literally watched 4 episodes yesterday. I don't binge things all the time, but when there's something I love, I will binge it. Like, I can't wait. I have no self-control. So anyway, it centers around this detective, Marcella, she's trying to solve this crime of this serial killer from years ago. but there's some intrigue over her own state in her own mind. So I don't want to say more than that. It's definitely intriguing. It was one of those things where I had heard about it, and I'm kind of weird, like when it comes to shows, I'm like, yeah, you tell me it's good, but I don't really believe it. And then of course I watch it and then it's as good as somebody told me it was. So, you know, that's kind of how that went. I just clicked on it yesterday during my lunch break and I was like, I got hooked like that. So go check that out. Like I said, I have not finished it, but I hope it continues to be as good as it is currently. And then the last thing, you guys, Big Brother. I know it's the end of the summer. There's only, I think, maybe 2 weeks or so left of Big Brother. Survivor's coming though, if you guys are Survivor fans. But Big Brother was weird this year. It started out really, really good in like the first 2 weeks. Then it got so boring. So boring for like a good 3 or 4 weeks. And then it got so good again. So I've been loving it over the last few weeks. Paulie turned out to be a total D-bag, and I got over my crush on him very quickly. But then Paul, the other Paul in the house, Paul is like so hilarious. I am like team friendship all the way. If you guys watch it, you know what I'm talking about. I have been loving this season, the second half of this season. It's been so good. I actually had a ton of favorites for August, which doesn't happen every month, but there were a lot of things I've been loving. Let me know your favorites that you've been loving for August, because you know, like, I'm always up for like running out and trying new things. But other than that, I hope you guys are having a fantastic day wherever you are, and I'll see you next time. Bye.